Love in a long-term relationship is rarely stagnant, it evolves. In the early years of marriage, passion, admiration, and excitement come naturally. But as time passes, many women find themselves feeling disconnected, frustrated, or even resentful toward their husbands. The little quirks that once seemed charming, his carefree attitude, his predictable jokes, or even his ambition, can begin to feel exhausting rather than endearing. This shift isn't sudden, nor is it random. It's deeply rooted in practical realities, changing expectations, and emotional needs that evolve over time. Life's responsibilities, careers, children, financial pressures gradually take center stage, and if both partners don't grow together, they risk growing apart. Many women reach a point where they feel unheard, unappreciated, or emotionally disconnected in their marriage. But why does this happen? More importantly, can couples recognize these shifts early and rebuild their bond before it's too late? In this video, we'll explore the real reasons why many women start to feel distant from their husbands as they age. Stay with us, because understanding these insights could be the key to transforming your relationship and rediscovering the connection you once had. 1. The passage of time and shifting expectations. In the early stages of a relationship, love feels effortless. There is excitement, passion, and an idealized vision of a shared future. Couples embrace each other's quirks, finding joy in the small moments, believing that their love will be enough to sustain them. But time has a way of changing things. As years pass, the pressures of daily life take center stage. Careers demand attention, children require nurturing, and financial concerns become unavoidable. What once felt like an adventure turns into a routine filled with responsibilities. Romantic spontaneity fades, replaced by schedules, obligations, and practical concerns. Personal growth also plays a role. People change with experience, challenges, and maturity, but not always in the same direction. The ambition a woman once admired in her husband may now feel like workaholism that leaves her feeling neglected. His lighthearted humor, once charming, may now seem immature or dismissive of real concerns. For many women, emotional depth and connection become more important with age. They desire meaningful conversations, shared emotional experiences, and deeper companionship. But if a husband fails to recognize or meet these evolving needs, the emotional gap between them widens. Over time, this disconnect breeds frustration and resentment, making a woman feel unheard, unseen, and unfulfilled. 2. Changing roles and imbalance in responsibility. In the early years of marriage, responsibilities may feel evenly distributed or at least manageable. But over time, many women find themselves taking on a disproportionate amount of the physical, mental, and emotional labor within the household. Women are often the ones juggling household duties, child-rearing, managing finances, and providing emotional support for both their children and spouse. Even in modern relationships where men contribute more than previous generations, there is still an unspoken expectation that women will be the primary caretakers and organizers. The term emotional labor refers to the mental effort of keeping a household running, remembering appointments, managing family conflicts, planning meals, organizing social obligations, and ensuring everyone's needs are met. Many husbands fail to recognize this invisible workload, assuming that their financial contribution or occasional help is enough. As children grow older and gain independence, the emotional weight on women doesn't decrease, it simply shifts. Mothers continue to provide guidance, emotional support, and problem solving, often while also managing aging parents and their own careers. Meanwhile, some husbands withdraw or remain passive, leaving their wives feeling exhausted and unsupported. Over time, this imbalance breeds resentment and emotional detachment. A woman who once felt deeply connected to her husband may begin to feel like she is navigating life alone, even within the marriage. If these issues remain unaddressed, they create a widening emotional gap, one that for many women becomes impossible to ignore. 3. Dissatisfaction in intimacy and physical connection. Physical intimacy is more than just a physical act. It's a way couples express love, build trust, and maintain emotional closeness. However, as couples grow older, many factors can contribute to a decline in intimacy, leaving one or both partners feeling disconnected and unfulfilled. For women, aging, menopause, and hormonal changes can impact libido and physical comfort. Lower estrogen levels may lead to vaginal dryness, discomfort during intercourse, and fatigue, making intimacy feel more like a chore than a source of joy. At the same time, external stressors, such as work, caregiving, and emotional exhaustion, can reduce a woman's desire for intimacy. Men also experience changes. Lower testosterone levels, stress, or health concerns can result in decreased sexual desire, performance issues, or emotional withdrawal. Some husbands become less attentive, assuming their wife's affection will always remain. They may neglect small romantic gestures, meaningful conversations, and emotional connection, which are essential for women to feel desired and appreciated. Over time, this lack of affection and emotional closeness spills into other aspects of the relationship. Without physical and emotional intimacy, a woman may begin to feel unseen, unattractive, or unfulfilled, leading to further emotional detachment. Without open communication and effort from both partners, this gap in intimacy can grow into a deep emotional divide, making it harder for couples to reconnect and rekindle their bond. 4. Unresolved conflicts and poor communication. In the early years of a relationship, couples tend to overlook minor disagreements in favor of maintaining harmony. But as time passes, those small unaddressed issues begin to pile up, creating a foundation for resentment and emotional distance. Women, in particular, may express concerns, frustrations, or unmet emotional needs only to feel dismissed or unheard by their husbands. When a woman's feelings are repeatedly ignored or minimized, she may eventually stop trying to communicate altogether, not because she doesn't care, but because she no longer sees the point. Many couples fall into a cycle of avoiding difficult conversations, hoping issues will resolve themselves over time. But avoidance only leads to greater disconnection, as unresolved conflicts chip away at emotional intimacy. Resentment doesn't always manifest in dramatic fights. Often, it appears as silent withdrawal, passive frustration, or a growing indifference toward the relationship. Over time, couples stop sharing their personal thoughts, dreams, and struggles. The deep, meaningful conversations that once strengthened their bond are replaced by surface-level interactions about daily responsibilities. The lack of emotional engagement makes the marriage feel empty and transactional, rather than a source of love and companionship. Without honest communication and mutual effort, emotional distance can grow so vast that reconnecting feels impossible. What began as small, unresolved conflicts can ultimately lead to a relationship that feels strained, lonely, and disconnected, even if both partners remain physically present. 5. Personal growth and self-realization. As women reach midlife, many undergo a profound journey of self-discovery and reevaluation. They begin to ask themselves important questions. Am I truly happy? Have I sacrificed too much of myself? What do I want for the rest of my life? One major trigger for this introspection is empty nest syndrome. After years of focusing on raising children and managing household responsibilities, many women suddenly find themselves with more time to reflect on their own needs, goals, and desires. This newfound freedom can be liberating, but it can also expose deep feelings of dissatisfaction within their marriage. Many women realize they have prioritized others' needs over their own for years, often at the expense of their personal dreams and ambitions. If their husband has remained stagnant, unwilling to grow emotionally, intellectually, or spiritually, the contrast between them becomes clearer. At this stage, women may crave independence, new experiences, and personal fulfillment. They may want to travel, pursue new careers, explore hobbies, or deepen their spiritual and intellectual lives. However, if their partner is resistant to change or uninterested in personal growth, the marriage may start to feel like a limitation rather than a partnership. This shift can lead to emotional detachment, especially if a woman feels that her partner is not evolving alongside her. Without mutual support and shared growth, couples risk drifting apart, leaving women feeling trapped in a relationship that no longer aligns with who they are becoming. 6. Changes in physical appearance and attraction. Aging is an inevitable part of life, but the physical changes that come with it can deeply impact a woman's self-esteem and sense of desirability. Wrinkles, weight fluctuations, hormonal shifts, and other signs of aging may lead to feelings of insecurity, especially if a woman no longer feels seen or admired by her husband. For many women, attraction isn't just about physical appearance, it's about emotional connection and feeling valued. If a husband once showered his wife with compliments and affection, but has grown indifferent or critical over time, she may begin to feel unappreciated and disconnected. When intimacy and admiration fade, women can start to withdraw emotionally, leading to further detachment in the relationship. The way a husband responds to these changes can make a significant difference. A partner who continues to express love, appreciation, and affection helps maintain a sense of emotional closeness. However, if a man becomes distant, dismissive, or preoccupied with his own concerns, his wife may feel invisible in her own marriage. Attraction in a long-term relationship goes far beyond physical looks. It is rooted in respect, affection, and emotional connection. Without these, a woman may start questioning not only her desirability, but also the depth of her relationship itself. 7. Financial stress and differing lifestyle priorities. Money is one of the most common sources of tension in long-term relationships, and as couples age, financial stress can become even more pronounced. The pressure to save for retirement, pay off debt, and maintain financial security can create anxiety, especially if husbands and wives have different financial priorities. Women often find themselves managing the household budget, planning for the future, and ensuring financial stability. This mental load can be exhausting, particularly if a husband is less involved in financial decision-making or dismisses long-term financial concerns. If he spends recklessly while she tries to be financially responsible, frustration builds. Over time, these differing approaches to money create resentment and can lead to serious conflict. Additionally, as women age, they start to consider their financial independence more seriously. Many have spent years prioritizing their families, sometimes sacrificing career opportunities or personal savings. This can lead to feelings of financial vulnerability, especially if their husband has been the primary breadwinner but hasn't been transparent about financial planning. When financial struggles arise, couples often handle stress differently. Women may feel the weight of balancing the budget, cutting expenses, or worrying about retirement, while some husbands may avoid the conversation altogether. If a woman feels like she is carrying the financial burden alone, it can lead to emotional disconnection and a sense of isolation within the marriage. In the end, financial harmony is not just about how much money a couple has, it's about shared responsibility, trust, and open communication. Without it, financial stress becomes more than just a money issue. It becomes an emotional issue that weakens the foundation of the relationship. 8. The need for respect and equality. As women grow older, their need for mutual respect, emotional support, and equal partnership becomes even more essential. Over time, many women begin to reassess their role in their marriage, reflecting on whether they feel truly valued, not just as a wife or caregiver, but as an individual with her own thoughts, desires, and contributions. Respect in a marriage is more than just politeness or financial provision. It's about being heard, appreciated, and treated as an equal partner. Women who feel ignored, dismissed, or taken for granted often begin to withdraw emotionally. The small, unspoken dismissals, a husband disregarding her opinions, failing to acknowledge her efforts, or consistently prioritizing his needs over hers, slowly create a growing emotional divide. Many women spend years accommodating their partner's preferences, supporting their career, and handling family responsibilities. But as they age, they start prioritizing their own needs and well-being. They no longer have the patience to constantly sacrifice their happiness for the sake of keeping the peace. They expect reciprocity in emotional investment, shared responsibilities, and decision-making. When a husband fails to recognize this shift, it can lead to resentment and detachment. Women may begin to focus on their own personal growth, friendships, or pursuits, no longer willing to carry the weight of an unbalanced relationship. Ultimately, a lasting marriage is built on mutual appreciation and equality. When both partners respect and uplift each other, the relationship thrives. But when one partner consistently takes more than they give, the love that once held them together can slowly fade. 9. Desire for change and new experiences. As women enter midlife, a powerful realization begins to take hold. Time is limited. The responsibilities of raising children, managing a household, and supporting a partner may have once consumed their lives. But now they start to ask, what about me? What else is out there? This period often sparks a deep yearning for new experiences, adventure, and personal growth. Women may feel a strong desire to travel, explore new hobbies, change careers, or reinvent themselves in ways they never had the chance to before. They seek meaningful experiences that bring excitement, fulfillment, and personal satisfaction, not just for their family, but for themselves. However, when a husband resists change or remains stuck in routine, women can begin to feel stifled and unfulfilled. A partner who dismisses her dreams, avoids new experiences, or shows little interest in growth can create an emotional wedge in the relationship. She may feel like she's outgrowing the marriage, yearning for something more, while he is content with the status quo. The key to keeping a marriage strong during this phase is mutual support and shared experiences. When both partners embrace change together, whether by trying new things, deepening emotional intimacy, or simply supporting each other's personal growth, the relationship flourishes. But when a woman feels like her dreams and aspirations are met with resistance, dissatisfaction sets in. She may begin to seek fulfillment outside the marriage, whether through friendships, personal achievements, or even a life apart from her spouse. A relationship that withstands the test of time is one that evolves with its partners. Change is inevitable, but whether a couple grows together or drifts apart depends on how they navigate these transitions. Keeping love alive through the years. Every relationship evolves over time, but when emotional needs are neglected, distance and resentment can take root. Love isn't just about staying together. It's about growing together, adapting to change, and maintaining a deep emotional connection. Many women begin to feel unfulfilled, unheard, or unappreciated as they age, not because they no longer love their husbands, but because their needs and expectations have evolved. A successful long-term marriage requires open communication, mutual respect, and a willingness to grow together. If couples take the time to listen to each other, acknowledge emotional needs, and make an effort to reconnect, they can rekindle the bond that once brought them together. Love isn't lost overnight. It fades through neglect, routine, and lack of emotional engagement. But with mutual effort and understanding, that love can be restored. What are your thoughts on this? Have you experienced similar shifts in your relationship? Share your insights in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest content on relationships and aging. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.